What is going on YouTube? Haterback making another brand new Crypto TV episode. In today's video, we have to look at XRP, Ethereum, Bitcoin, as well as Solana and the S&P 500. Unfortunately, the markets are starting to dip and veer a bit lower here. However, it did show us signs as of last night where we were able to buy in and short cryptocurrencies like XRP. We're also going to have to kind of digress and talk about other cryptocurrencies as well, like Solana, which we were able to buy in and short as well to the downside here. We were pretty much on par and on the ball with these cryptos, pretty much coming to an end in completion as of literally last night. We've been saying this for a couple of days now here, pretty much 2 days to confirm that. You could see over the past couple of videos, this is pretty much going back 1 to 2 days ago. I made a video saying XRP Ripple holders, only 1 day left, something massive is forming. And then you can see yesterday, which I thought would hopefully, fingers crossed, break us to the upside, as that's what I drew in the thumbnail. We did discuss in depth in the video that it's really hit or miss to either direction. Regardless, volume is going to come. When we see these big sideways transformations here, these big sideways movements that form on the markets here, the sideways stagnant, no volume movements, they typically are in reference to big volume movements. That could be injections or removals from the market. If we have a ton of volume enter the market, the price of crypto explodes. If we have a ton of volume leave the market, we see the markets dump to the downside. It's pretty much 50-50. We can just figure out where that breakout is going to come and when that breakout is going to come. And you can see for cryptos like XRP, we had the opportunity just last night to buy in for a short because we confirmed closure below the downtrend here, and we are now in it for a swing to the downside here. We'll see how long that lasts because we're now oversold. Lots of things to talk about. And you can also see the same thing happened with Solana, which is absolutely nuts. However, this was a clear opportunity to buy in and short once we got the confirmation closure below our uptrend here on Solana's 4-hour charts. We're going to talk about that in a minute with you, and it carries even further. Looking at Ethereum, big short opportunity. We had Bitcoin here, not so much a big one, but the S&P, which is continuing to scale higher. It's quite interesting if you ask me to see the way these markets are starting to pan out, but it's a lot of crazy stuff to go over in today's episode. So if you're trading Solana or you're trading XRP, then definitely stick around and watch today's video, as this is going to be a good one. But with that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and let's jump right into today's episode. So a quick refresh on this market reveals the unfortunate demise of these cryptos. It's quite interesting. We have 24-hour volume up 54%, which is quite interesting, while the markets are actually dipping 5.5% in the overall global crypto market cap, down $1.5 trillion, which is pretty nuts. And you can see here on the Fear and Greed Index, we're now trading in the neutral level at 49 here, but most of the cryptocurrencies are starting to veer lower, and they're starting to veer lower fast. You can see right here the dump on Bitcoin, the dump on Ethereum and BNB and Solana, XRP. It just continues to carry forward here, down 4.9% for Bitcoin, 7.6 Ethereum, BNB is down 6. Like, what is happening right now? Solana is down 10%, 8% for Cardano, 8.5% for Dogecoin, 10.9% for Avalanche. All these cryptocurrencies are dropping, and they are dropping fast. So this is something that comes at no surprise for us. We've been waiting patiently for big movements, big volume spikes over the past couple of days, and we pretty much talked about it just a couple of days ago here. In this video, we mentioned the brief correction, the consolidation that was taking place specifically on a lot of these major cryptos, Bitcoin, trading sideways, and they're usually in reference to seeing swings here. I just want to pull it up super quick for you guys to show you what we were talking about here. If we drew it on, I'm pretty sure we did. Basically finding the bottoms on things like XRP, so on and so forth, that we were pretty much starting to trend out of here. And if we break through support, there's a pretty good chance we would see a correction to the downside. It's pretty much hit or miss at this point here to figure out which direction we would be moving to. Unfortunately, it was, to our demise, like I said, and it was to the downside. I'm trying to like scale and talk at the same time here, trying to figure out which general direction we could be moving to on a lot of these cryptocurrencies. But unfortunately, it was to bottom support. That's what we have that drawn. I guess I'll prepare that earlier in the next one here. But regardless, typically these are bullish in the sense that they do form bull flag formations. This is without a doubt a bull flag formation on something like XRP. A beautiful uptrend here with four confirmations of beautiful higher lows forming here. Beautiful bull flags forming here. Unfortunately, we are starting to trend below our moving average. It's unfortunate because we've been super bullish. We want to be biased and bullish for the chance of prices of cryptos to actually swing higher, and that's not what came. However, everything was pointing towards signs of a run to the upside here. But because you're getting pressed on time, a decision had to be made. And unfortunately, it was to the downside, which isn't bad news if you ask me. And I'll explain why in a second. But you can see the correction outside of the moving average. Obviously, there's still a big possibility we can reverse back in. It's only Tuesday in the markets here. And you can see in the past, we've swung all the way to 48 cents and have managed to close back up inside the descending fractal. It is very, very possible the same exact thing could happen this week to XRP because you can see clear as day here. This major wick, even though it happened within the day, we have to see how exactly we close out of this today because we are oversold on the moving average. Regardless, we did put in a short position the second we saw that confirmation closure below our bottom support here. Just taking a risk, buying in for a short, and you can see it is rewarding us, but I don't know exactly how low we'll go because, yet again, we are entering oversold lower than the previous point we were at. There's a good chance we're going to close outside of this though, but just for the devil's advocate, there is still a chance we could reverse back into here. Regardless though, short is opened on XRP to the downside here. Now, what's also exciting and how we were able to take advantage of this was on BidFi, which is the #1 cryptocurrency leveraging exchange that I like to use here on the channel. BidFi is currently giving away $500 in free cryptocurrency to people that decide to sign up. $100 for signing up and doing KYC, $200 for deposits, and $200 for trading. It's that simple. So make sure to check it out down in the description below. And besides, having free crypto to, claim, they have this welcome rewards bonus as well as a demo trading account here. So to show you super quick, you can earn over 2K by completing rewards. You can see right down here, tons of options, tons of opportunities to earn some free cryptocurrency, and they even have a demo account. So to test your skills, if you had purchased thinking that this was a long position here, you wouldn't lose anything because this is on the demo trading account here. It's a way to test your skills, get familiar with the platform. They give you 50,000 in free demo crypto money, so like Monopoly money to test your skills, get familiar with the platform, and then when you're ready, you can trade with real cryptocurrency as well. But you can see here, moving forward and looking at these cryptos, once we saw confirmation closure for the first time in a very long time below this downtrend here, that was the opportunity to buy in. And it goes beyond just XRP. Same thing happened with Solana here. You can see Solana, we've been slowly tweaking the charts in the hopes that Solana would break us to the upside here. Unfortunately, it is not what happened, and we are now tumbling to the downside. We're currently oversold on the 4-hour charts, but if we zoom in, I just want to show you, you can clearly tell the downtrend that was at play, and you can clearly tell kind of the uptrend that was forming. That's why we had drawn a beautiful uptrend and a beautiful downtrend here. You can see the beautiful bull flag formation, which is interesting, and hopefully you guys can understand the reference I'm about to make. We'll see if it's possible, but you can clearly see kind of us filling in the gap here. And once we started to come to an end here, a decision had to be made, as we were talking about yesterday here. We filled it in, and clearly we made that decision with an opportunity to short to the downside, down to price floor, which is where we're heading right now. So it is a pretty substantial drop. It is a solid drop nonetheless. You can see price range, if we take that, it's down 14.5%. It's pretty nuts to see the size of this correction that's starting to take place. However, yet again, we're still inside a bull flag formation, which typically references a possible reversal. Nonetheless, this was a big opportunity to get in and short on Solana. As you know, we've been holding back, waiting for the opportunity to buy in. And like I said, this could have gone either way. If we confirm closure above major downtrend, we could have bought in long. If we close below the uptrend here, we could have bought in short. This is something that we were making very clear in yesterday's episode. Jumping to the daily, you can clearly see this as well here, where we have this beautiful uptrend in yellow. And you can see how the price has used this as a means to climb higher. And we've used it consistently as a support. And you can see that we were getting squeezed for time here over the past 3 days. Decisions had to be made, constantly being retesting. We're constantly retesting the top resistance. Bulls were trying to break through. We were getting squeezed, but the bears took lead, and we now fell lower. Here's the good thing. Here's the kicker. We're coming back down to a neutral level, which is the moving average here, which is a good chance we're going to get to. There is a clear price floor that has been established, and we're still inside a beautiful kind of moving average average here. So there's a very good chance that still we can consolidate out of this and break to the upside. It's a very big possibility that that is still a potential option for Solana. So don't get ahead of ourselves. This was a short opportunity that we can still take advantage of. Even if you waited for yesterday to close us down at this support, there's still that opportunity to buy in for a short as well here. But as you know, we were talking about, and you saw the chart was on the 4-hour, we were referencing more of a focus on what could happen with this right here as we sandwiched in, and unfortunately that was a correction to the downside. But because we're becoming oversold on a lot of these cryptos, we're going to see how long this lasts. The possibility of seeing this sort of consolidation is truly what I think is going to come for the markets here. But now moving forward to Ethereum, and then we'll wrap things up with Bitcoin and the S&P 500. More dips are starting to take place. Everything was forming kind of these bull flag formations here. However, they didn't complete themselves. And that's pretty much the kicker here. They didn't confirm closure outside of major resistances. Everything is now pulling back down to retest moving average, which is a good sign. At some point or another, we do have to come back down to support, regain some stability, and then kind of figure out what's the next move here. And that's why we've been hesitant on buying into some of these cryptos. The main focus was XRP and Solana for trading, not so much Ethereum. Or definitely not Ethereum, and really not Bitcoin as well. The main focus for the past couple of days has been on this opportunity to short, and so was Solana's opportunity to either short or long. The goal was to long, obviously. Everything was riding on a potential pop, but that's not what happened. So we had to switch it up to short as well, which is a good thing, because even then, even with the fact that XRP has that opportunity to short on BidFi, so does Solana. Solana is offered as another cryptocurrency to short as well. So these are two different opportunities to buy long and sell short that's offered on BidFi here. So it doesn't really matter to us which direction we go now, because we have an exchange that offers longing and shorting cryptos, which is super cool. But moving forward from these as well and continuing off at Ethereum, it's starting to appear like we might be hitting some sort of support soon. Retesting moving on average on Ethereum is good. Solana becoming oversold on its 4-hour is good. Same thing goes with, XRP on its daily charts becoming oversold. These are signs that we're kind of nearing a bottom here, and I don't think it's going to last much longer. You can see Bitcoin on its 4-hour is extremely oversold, and you can see jumping down to the daily here, we've now started to see a correction outside of the broadening wedge here. This is probably the one crypto that we kind of figured would continue to drop here. We've drawn it in before, and you can clearly see we have an ascending broadening wedge forming right here, and this was a typical sign of correction to the downside here. It's almost like there's still a downtrend at play too, which is something I want to kind of touch upon here. Maybe we can continue to use this to scale us lower here, but you can see clearly some sort of downtrend and then some sort of support as well as we're starting to scale lower and lower and lower. Regardless though, we're starting to correct outwards here. This is an ascending broadening wedge, which we figured would break down to moving average right here, and that's where we're at. But everything right now has come back down to a neutral level, and that's typically a sign that we might cool off a bit. And it's pretty much, straight up from here. That's pretty much my thought. As for the S&P, we did head higher, which is nuts here, but I'm thinking we're a bit too high. I still think we need to consolidate back down a little bit here. Fill this out. You can see how extended this is and how long it was in the past here. And we're just now touching upon it. If for reference, I take a price range here and show you how long this took, 41 days, we're nowhere near that. We're about halfway there. So there's plenty of room of recovery left for the S&P 500 before we head higher. And I hope that's actually what happens, because I don't want us to head up higher just a second. But with all that being said, definitely make sure to smash the like button, turn on post notifications, subscribe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Peace.